gain of 4 there for a quick pitch, and they broke the bone, the motion.
And that puts them in a second and short situation, which is something I'm sure both teams would like to have, but obviously Columbian would like to have much of the clock run as possible and keep that ball, like I said before, the Cougars' hands. Second and 4.
Wise comes under center. They're in the I formation. And handoff goes to Spock again, or Jeremiah Johnson. He gains 3 yards on the play and set it up right about 3rd and 1.
I'll tell you what, Johnson's afraid. Just from the few runs we've seen here early, I'll tell you, he doesn't stop his speed at all. He's a big boy. He's going to make some good runs tonight, obviously.
Ball right out on the 43-yard line. I'm Dave Mann alongside John Ammons as we are bringing you Media One sports presentation of high school football. Going with the option and trouble on the play.
I think he got it back. I think they got it back.
And the Cougars are going crazy. They think they have the ball. And it looks like, and they retain possession, but they're going to be set up for a punt. The option doesn't work for the Tornadoes. So they're forced to punt. And back in a
fake
fake.
punt.
And they,
I don't think they got it. I think they're short.
And they didn't. They're going to
first down.
They
Cougars.
didn't get the first.
Boy, that's a gutsy call. Actually, not too bad a call because a punt would have put them down about the 20 anyhow. So really not a bad call.
That was just as good as a punt. And so the Cougars take over at their 45-yard line. And we'll get to see the Cougars for the first time.
And they'll feature a nice quarterback in Neuendorf. This guy's got a great arm. He likes to throw the football. They like to round the slot and throw a lot of footballs. And just as we say that.
And they do the opposite as well. They wanted to feature the pass and come out with a run and get shut down by the Tornado front.
Number 20, the ball carrier there for the Cougars.
That's Brad Strub. And the Cougars go with a wing and a one-back offense.
Second and 10.
Motion to the top of the screen. Quick pass. Number 1, Brian White, the split end, gets the reception.
Well, that's a nice job by Neuendorf to read the defense there. Saw the defensive back was off and just hit him on a little stop pattern right there, and there he was. He'll pick up about 5 or 6, so we're going to leave him 3rd down and 5. Keep him out of that 3rd and 10 situation.
Cougars set up right, just ball a little over the 50-yard line. 3rd and 5, 8:30, the first quarter. Setting up, goes around. Pressure by the Tornadoes, comes back to the other side. Passes to the running back, and he stays on his feet for a nice gainer.
Nick Peterson with a catch here. That was just a great athletic ability there by Neuendorf. Great pressure by the Tornadoes up the middle. He just made a nice athletic play and found Peterson on the opposite side of the field there, wide open. First down, Cougars.
That was a nice judgment to go to your release man.
I don't think he didn't have much choice there. He was running for his life.
Neuendorf sets under man in motion. Neuendorf comes back to the other side. Almost picked off. Actually, if Neuendorf would have looked up, he had his top receiver wide open.
Not only that, the gentleman he was thrown to, Brad Straubman, the play was blocking as the ball was being thrown to him. He didn't have a chance to catch that football.
Cougars will have 2nd and 10. Ball on the 36.
Boy, they do air it out, don't they?
Showing trips to the top side. Neuendorf under single back. Hands off, and
Straub picks up about 3. They'll leave him a 3rd and long situation. 3rd and about 6 or 7. Let's call it a long 6 maybe. short 7.
Again, this is the first time both teams have seen each other, and you're going to see the first quarter being a little feeling out process. But again, they feature mirror offenses.
It'll be interesting to see how they do react and get those jitters out here in the first quarter.
Trips to the top side. Neuendorf sets up.
Got a man open.
Throws right between the grain. Got it.
I think they're going to call that a catch.
And coming down, number 21 for the Cougars. And Jeff Rowe.
Well, what a beautiful pass. And that ball was put where nobody else is going to catch it but Rowe, or was going to go out of bounds. Just run a little corner pattern there, and he's wide open. Now they got first and goal at the 7.
And he threw that ball right in between two receivers.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's just a great throw. Now they're looking to get the momentum here and get the first score of the game and get on top. Here we go.
And you got trips to the bottom side. Neuendorf sets up, gets a seam, probably takes it right up to the 4 to 3 yard line.
I'll tell you, seeing that 7 makes you look like John Elway, huh? And that play happened to look like John Elway.
And that's what Coach Mazur said earlier in the week when I talked to him, is that, you give him a seam and he'll take it. Neuendorf will take it, and I guess that's why he's one of the best, best in this part of Ohio.
That takes good athletic ability, though, too. Chris Norris, the ball carrier, I think he's in. No signal yet. There it is.
Touchdown, Cougars. And they break the plane with a little 6:39 left to go in the first quarter. And they break the ice first. Get ready for a second half. And pretty much the Cougars drove it straight up the field. Had more success with the pass than the run.
Oh, absolutely. That was their game plan coming in. Air it out, let it go, and lo and behold, they're up by 6. Extra point. Looks good. Number 24, Jason Robbins with the extra point. Okay, we're going to take a look at this touchdown now for the Cougars. Just a straight give up the middle. Nothing fancy here. Good blocking, good lead block. Got the lead block in front. Number 23, Chris Norris, into the end zone. Well, you'd like to get that first score in a game like this. A lot of kids are very nervous. First playoff situation. A lot of people here. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. And get that first touchdown, you relax a little bit. Let's see how Tiffin handles that and reacts to it. Here comes the kick. Low line drive. Johnson fumbles it back into the end zone. That'll come out to the 20.
A little misjudgment there on his part.
Those line drives are the toughest ones to catch. They look like they're coming right at you. They sail a little bit. Johnson couldn't get a handle on it. Nothing hurt, though. They take the ball over first and 10 at the 20.
So the Cougars will set up first and 10.
Tornadoes have to be very careful here. You don't want to make a mistake down in this area.
Can they come out in their I formation? Handoff, and Johnson, I do believe,
gets tackled by a host of Cougars. Well, I think if Columbian's going to try to be successful, they're going to have to mix the run with the pass.
And real quick, I'd like to feature tonight's referees. The referee tonight is Andy Stephanopoulos, umpire Brian Monahan, and linesman Joe McWilliams, line judge Greg Shields, back judge Randy Eman. And that's the crew for tonight.
Got a man open. He's got it. He's the 40, 30, 20, 10. Nobody will stop him. Touchdown.
And Columbian strikes back quick.
Wow. Lightning just hit in a hurry.
Snyder.
What a beautiful pass by Wise.
Wise to Snyder, and quick hitter.
78 yards. yards in the pass, I believe, Dave.
They caught the Cougars. They caught the Cougars in the shade. And Coach Mays on the other side didn't look too happy. Extra point good and tie ball game. 5:51 left to go in the first quarter.
Well, we wondered how they were going to react. Boy, I'll tell you what, they come right back at them. Just a great play. We thought we might see a lot of offense tonight, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
And that's exactly Snyder. Wise threw a great pass, and Snyder did a good job on the catch and the run.
Snyder showed some great speed after he caught it.
They caught that cornerback out of position, and once he got out of position, Snyder had nothing but green ahead of him.
Well, somebody had to blow an assignment on that one, that's for sure.
Kicking off for the Tornadoes is Adam Oster. Back to receive is number 20 for Brad Strub, halfback for the Cougars. And kicking off.
Taking it to 5. Needs a block. Nice job of coverage by the Tornadoes. Number 41, John Foster on the tackle.
And as Neuendorf and company will set up right out in 16. Twins come to the bottom of your screen. Neuendorf sets with a one-back offense. Quick pitch to the outside. Strub gets shellacked.
I believe that's Johnson on the tackle. Nice job of stringing the play out there by the Tornadoes.
And you have Johnson and Hauk, number 55, to close the play down. Twins to the top side of your screen. Again, single back. Quick pitch to the other side. Pass.
Option pass back to the quarterback. Neuendorf. Wow. I'll tell you what, the playbook just went back to the last page. What a great call.
Again, that's a Denver Bronco play. you see John Elway. The Broncos do that to Elway quite a bit. I don't think Elway would have made that many yards himself.
47-yard pass in the halfback option. Neuendorf with the catch. Dragging to the backside. Great pass to him. 1st and 10. 34-yard line of the Tornadoes. Straub with the ball.
Straub running hard for the Cougars.
Boy, I'll tell you what. This is going to be a fun game to watch.
Hey, this is what playoffs are all about.
Boy, I'll tell you.
You pull it out here because you don't know where you're going to be at the end of the game.
I mean, we've got 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and both teams have used just about the entire playbook already.
No, they pull out the plays they couldn't use during the season.
Because the scouting team see those and they find something different to run. Here we go.
Neuendorf, quick pass to the top side. Almost picked off. Back on the corner, number 15 for the Tornadoes. There he is, Chris Brooks. And then on the reception at the other end, number 1, Brian White. Neuendorf sets single back offense.
Fumble.
Tiffin's ball.
Columbian ball.
Neuendorf and Johnson had a bit of confusion.
41 in the coverage, I believe. Nick Peterson on the recovery. Yeah, just a bad exchange there, Dave.
Again, not what Coach Mays and his Cougars wanted to do, because they were getting ready to knock on the door again. And
you get the feeling there's going to be a lot of momentum changes in this ball game. I mean, just both teams back and forth, like watching a track meet so far. Here we go, 1st and 10 Tornadoes.
Counter to the other side. Johnson.
Plenty of room, one man to beat.
High stepping it just inside the 52. Should say the 49.
24-yard run by Johnson. We'll hide the crowds into it tonight.
Tornadoes will be set up 1st and 10 at the 49, just over the Cougars. Tie ball game, quick to pitch to the outside. And connection goes to number 8, Brett Wise. Sorry, that last pass was Snyder. Deeper to the fullback.
Gain of about 2 in the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down about, let's call it 4.
Brad Ansbach. Coming under a little 3-minute mark. I'm Dave Mann alongside John Ammons as we bring you high school football from Media One Sports presentation. And it's been an explosive one so far. Wise underneath. Broken bones going to Johnson. Johnson breaks 2, and he'll have the 1st down. On the hard part of Jeremiah Johnson, who's a 6-foot, 180-pound junior.
I don't know what to hold up here. That should be a 1st down. Chain should be moving. That was a run of a good 5 yards on that play. 1st and 10 Tornadoes at the 38 of the Cougars. I'll tell you, the way Tiff and Columbian's moving the ball on the ground, I'm not sure they need to throw right now.
No, they're moving at will. And the big plays have kept the Cougars in the ball game as well.
And offensive line's doing a great job at this time.
Wise underneath. Goes the counter to Jeremiah Johnson on the side. And Cougars are there this time. Counter doesn't fool them. And a host of Cougars are there to shut Johnson down. And leading the surge for the Cougars, number 47, Ross Melgren.
2nd long. Let's see if they go to a pass there. Trips to the right. Blitz. Oh, I think we got a face mask. Number 47 on the tackle for the Cougars. Name you just called earlier, Russ Melgren there. I think we'll have a face mask. $15-yarder. Takes the ball down to the 26.
Defense, 15 yards. 1st down.
And tonight, the penalties will be called by the ref, Andy Stephanopoulos, so we'll be hearing from him throughout the night. And as you see, Wise in an I formation. Draw to Jeremiah Johnson and shut down by the Cougars. That last penalty, 15 yards.
Gonna bring up a 2nd and about 8.
And we're about approaching the 1-minute mark in the 1st quarter, your 7-7 tie. The Cougars scoring first, and then the Tornadoes dashing back with a 76-yard touchdown from Wise to Snyder. Good defense.
I'll tell you, that wasn't a bad pass either. Number 21 for the Cougars, I believe, Jeff Rowe, came over the top of the receiver there, made a nice play without causing interference.
I say the tight end was David Price, who we've known from basketball, and a nice-sized kid. That was just a nice throw and a great defensive effort on the last play as Wise comes under center, split back.
Now the blitz. Got a man wide open, Johnson.
Hey, the carpet tripped him up, but you know what? He still comes up with the ball.
You got to watch for those white lines out there. Holy mackerel. I mean, we're talking nobody was on Johnson. He makes the catch, falls on his back with nobody around him. Maybe he should check his shoelaces, for crying out loud. That was a nice play. First and goal, Tornadoes. See if they can get into the playoff here before the quarter. Looks like they will.
22 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Wise on the scene, the split back offense.
Look for him to give the ball to Johnson.
Going in motion. Give it to the second man.
Johnson's close, no signal yet. That's going to do it for the first quarter. And they'll have to move a long way.
And that will do it. And we'll be back with the second quarter right after these messages.
To be human is to grow.
Not just our children.
But each and every one of us has the potential to learn more.
To be more.
Media One believes that with the right tool,
there will be no limit to what we can achieve.
That tool is broadband.
It is simply a wire with enormous capacity.
broadband is the way your house will be connected to the future.
This is the way your inspiration will arrive.
This is broadband. This is the way. Media One.
There are many ways to surprise your mom. Show her you care. But if you get involved with drugs, you'll give your mom the surprise of her life. Federal laws for any drug involvement are tough. You'll end up in prison without parole. And your mom will feel the pain forever. Think about it now, or you'll have a long, long time to think about all you've lost.
And welcome back to Donnell Stadium as we bring you high school playoff action between the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the Sylvania Southview Cougars. And down you can see on your screen that the Tornadoes are back to the charity. They're back to the stripe and getting ready to knock on the door.
2nd and goal to 1 for the Tornadoes. Wise, touchdown.
Wise with a quarterback sneak.
He's got it.
And doing the dash and dance.
With a touchdown, the Tornadoes take the lead, 13-7. Just a straight quarterback sneak, no problem with that one.
Again, on that last one, you saw the Cougars playing a little loosely on, on the linebackers, so Wise took advantage of that. Getting ready for the extra point. Up. And good. I do believe that the extra point kicker was 51, Nate Bryant. Excuse me, number 50. Mike Porter, outside linebacker, and he's a junior, 5'11", 208 pounds.
I'll tell you what, that ball barely made it over the goal post. As Dave mentioned, just a quarterback sneak here by Wise. Straight up to shoot. Touchdown. Columbian takes the lead, 14-7, 11:57 here to go in the second quarter.
And you are watching a Media One Sports presentation. I'm Dave Manley alongside John Emmons.
What an explosive first quarter. Jeez, well, I'm telling you. But I'll tell you what, though, Columbia did a nice job on that drive of keeping the ball for a while, keeping the ball out of the Cougars' hands, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. That drive took a little longer and slowed the pace down. They slowed the pace down, but at the same time got some points out of it, so they take the lead.
And doing the kickoff duties for the Tornadoes, number 14, Adam Oster. And receiving.
Straub, I believe, with the ball.
Straub with the ball, and he'll be right on the 30, and that's where the Cougars will take over. And John, as you mentioned, it has been an explosive first quarter. You know, Columbian has passed more than they wanted to, and obviously, you know, as expected, you know, the Cougars have done the same.
Well, basically, this has been a game of big plays so far. Oh, nice hit. Fumble.
Closing the door for the Tornadoes was number 66, Brian Gase, 6'1", 225-pound junior.
Aaron Campbell came down with that recovery and the fumble. Loss of yardage there. He's going to make it second and about 12.
And as you've heard us say throughout the game, Columbian is featuring a lot of juniors.
God, if you have a lot of juniors in the ball club and you're in the playoffs this year, look out again next year. Coaches hate to hear that, but that's what everybody else is going to be saying.
Neuendorf, single back offense, setting up for the pass, strikes down the middle, got it!
Brian White with the catch.
Going to his favorite receiver, as you said, John, Brian White. The Cougars will march up to right up to the 45-yard line.
Boy, the strength of Neuendorf's arm there. I mean, he's running the opposite way, turns back, and fires an absolute bullet to White. 16-yard catch to White. First and 10 Cougars.
Single back offense with the wing, handing off. Not going anywhere.
Chris Norris, the ball carrier.
Again, the Cougars are having a tough time running in the front of the Tornadoes, and the Tornadoes display a large front line.
Oh, they're just big. They're just flat out big, and if you're going to run against them, you're going to have trouble. That's why I think this is a good matchup for the Cougars. If they can get outside and get some speed with them, I think they'll cause some problems for the Tornado defense.
Neuendorf, quick hitter outside.
White again with a catch. Very minimal gain on the throw.
Be about 3rd and 8, right on the ball on the 47-yard line. 10:05 left to go in the second quarter. Neuendorf brings his line up to the... Again, you see Neuendorf cross his arm. It's a little communication between him and White.
He's got a man open.
Underneath. And
Jeff Rowe on the catch.
Jeff Rowe, which should be enough for a first down.
11 yards on that throw from Neuendorf.
Now this was Coach Gilbert's worry, was, you know, being able to stop the Cougar passing offense.
Well, it's a high explosive offense. I mean, this kid's got a great arm. When you have a good athlete like that with a good arm, you take advantage of it. And I'm sure the Columbian, during practice this week, the Columbian ball players and defensive backs knew they were going to have a long night tonight.
.9:32 left to go in the second quarters. The Tornadoes are up 14-7. And John, it has been, see timeout action down there, and Columbians call a timeout. And John, first 2 quarters so far have been real explosive.
Very explosive. Lots of fun to watch here. I think this is a game a lot of people are going to get their money's worth tonight, and there's a lot of people here.
You know, we've done a lot of games in the last, this is going to be 7 weeks. And, you know, we've seen a lot of passing this year in a lot of high school football.
Well, absolutely. I think the pass is, you have to have a good quarterback with a strong arm. You also have to have an offensive line that's going to protect him a little bit. But you also have some kids that have to catch the football. And, boy, they got the whole package here.
And you're seeing You're seeing the Cougars spread, spread the Tornadoes out, and that's what, Coach Mazey wanted to do, was spread them out and, maybe help develop the running game. They like to show that trips.
The more you put outside, the less there are inside to make the tackle. 2nd and 8 for the Cougars. 35-yard line of the Tornadoes.
Cougars come out with a one-back offense with a wing. Going to the up pass. Going to the outside. Got it!
What a catch by Brian White. Oh, my goodness. And he gave a signal on the play. He was giving that cross signal, and he did like you said, exactly, an out and up, and what he laid out for that one. That was a great pass and great catch.
I'm getting to know his signals, because that was a cross with his right hand up.
Beautiful pass and a beautiful catch. Brian White, what a nice receiver. They've got to start thinking about doubling him before long. First and goal for the Cougars at the 9.
Neuendorf comes to the outside, looking for the inside. Comes to the outside, touchdown!
Number 21, I believe.
Number 20 for the Cougars, Brad Strubb. And Cougars come within one to tying the ball game, 13-14, 8:25 left to go in the second quarter. And John, as we said it again,
one after another. That's exactly right. Let me take a look at that play again here shortly.
As you see, John, our favorite, the Browns flag waving earlier.
Just a beautiful drag pattern here by the running back coming to the outside.
Kick up and good, and they tie the ball game here at Donnell Stadium. You're watching the game between the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the Sylvania Southview Cougars. And this has been explosive.
Been a lot of fun to watch, actually. A lot of talent on both these ball clubs, and that's why they're here. You don't get to the playoffs without having some talent. Again, both these teams 9-1. The only common opponent they had was Perrysburg, and both of them took care of them pretty easily. Jason Robbins going to do the kickoff for the Cougars of Sylvania Southview. Johnson back deep.
Let's say bobble the ball there. And
ooh, I'll tell you what, close to a late hit there. No call by the official. Well, he took a pop.
A huge pop. And the Tornadoes will set up right about the 27-yard line.
I think the Tornadoes right now would like to use the rest of this clock, go down and score, instead of giving that ball back to the Cougar offense.
And, earlier we mentioned, the Perrysburg score. Tiffin Columbian beat them 31-0. And Sylvania Southview beat them 45-6.
Pretty comparable there.
38-6, I should say.
Pretty comparable, both of them. Incomplete pass.
So White set up and threw an incomplete pass. Tornadoes trying to establish the passing game, and so far they've been real successful with their running game.
They're going to have to use both. I mean, you can't obviously use one the entire time, but they're going to have to do a good job of mixing the two up. 2nd and 10. Caught.
Brown with the reception for the Tornadoes. It should be close to a first down. I'm sorry, Greg Hoke.
Another familiar name.
Let's say for basketball. As we are getting ready, John, December is right around the corner, and we'll be broadcasting all the area basketball games in the Tiffin area. So stay tuned for that.
And we get to go inside where it's warm.
Exactly.
Although it's not too bad here tonight.
As you can see, Coach Gilbert and Jeremiah Johnson bringing in the play from the sidelines.
We got a penalty. I didn't see the flag.
Down.
I did not see the flag, but they had an illegal block in the back, which is going to negate that pass by Wise. 2nd and 17.
Wise calling the signals, setting up the pass, going to the outside. Brings to the inside, almost picked off.
Quite frankly, should have been picked off.
Well, there to get the pass was number 18.
Jeff Radigan for the Cougars. Almost make the interception.
There's a little bit of a misread there.
That thing was a wounded duck up there.
I don't know, it looked like it could have gotten tapped. Tipped it to play.
Either way, it should have been intercepted, but was not. Third down, 17. You want to be careful here. Ball deep in your own territory.
Ball set inside the 20. White sets up, gonna
Hand off, nope.
wide open.
Wide open, number 84.
The tight end,
Down
he's
there
gonna go
first.
all the way. He's got one man to beat. Got it!
Touchdown,
Touchdown!
Tornadoes.
And bringing it home is Bo Cameron. Bo Carmen.
Yeah, Bo Carmen. What a beautiful pass. 80-yard pass from Wise to Carmen. And we mentioned, we saw his name on the roster, Dave. We talked about him. He's a big target, 6'7", about 220, 230. What a beautiful pass. Nobody even in the area to cover Carmen.
And Bo Carmen had received a lot of accolades in the league.
Boy, and lightning strikes again.
Setting up for the extra point. Oh, and good. And kicking it through the uprights, number 50 for the Tornadoes, Mike Porter.
And just like that, 21-14 Tiffin.
And again, folks, this is just the first half.
We see 35 points in about a quarter and a half here. Boy, just big play after big play. Again, you're going to take a look at this play right here. Wise just sets up in the pocket, do a little play action fake. The key is the time to throw it. Carmen's wide open about the 40-yard line. Nobody even close. You see, there's no defender even in the area. And he only had one man to beat.
Look at this move.
Beautiful move to the outside. That's showing some speed for a big boy.
Now you can't tell me big men can move.
That was a beautiful play. 80 yards from Wise to Carmen. 21-14 Tiffin Columbian.
Obviously, John, it's time we got to recognize the people who are working on our staff down below.
I always have to do that.
On the camera, Tiffin's own Bob Burns, as he says, "Hi, Mom." Blake Parkins, JJ Gentile, and Steve Grimes. Our statistician is doing a great job for us. Kyle Too Cool Giltz. In the graphics, Dave Nowert.
He was Malibu
Newert.
last week, and he's too cool this week. I guess they go hand in hand.
Our engineering and audio, Mark Wagner, and director-producer, Mr. Tom, I Need a Coffee Cup.
And there we go, Straub with the return of the kickoff. And another big play, takes the ball out to about the 45, about 35-yard return for Straub on the kickoff return. So the Cougars are set up in good position, 1st and 10, about the 47. And the way this game is going, I don't think we're done seeing the scoring yet for the first half, Dave.
No, it has been an explosive first half, one that we've seen in a while. Now the Cougars come back with the fake pitch and the end around.
Chad Peterson with a run.
Tell you what, the more you talk about momentum earlier, it is going in both strands.
I don't think either team has it. I don't think I want to be a defensive coordinator and have to talk to these guys at halftime, because neither defense can stop the other team.
Neuendorf comes with twins to the top side, to the bottom side, I should say. Underneath looking for White.
There he is. Well, it seems like every time Columbian sits back in that zone, he just sits in it, and it's just like playing catch with Neuendorf and White. And every time they call me man-to-man, he gives him that, out and up. And as a defense, you got to go up and bump him a little bit, I think.
White and Neuendorf are both seniors this year.
And we're going to have a measurement here. Your first call tonight, Dave. First down or not?
Yep, he got it.
Dave says yes. I say no. I think he's short by about a ball length. And you're right again. First down, Cougars.
You could just feel it.
Yeah.
I'm too cool. Gilts didn't agree with me.
That's the way it goes. Maybe we'll get the next one right. Here we go.
And you see twins to the top side. Neuendorf comes under with a quick
reverse.
Reverse.
Oh, they've got that one snuffed out. Beautiful play. Number 41. John Foster there stayed at home, and the key is they're staying at home in a reverse.
And the Tornadoes have seen that one too many times.
Well, I'll tell you what, just a great play by the defense. Put them in a 2nd and 19 situation. Loss of 9 in a play. 2nd and 19 Cougars.
Neuendorf looking for get that 9 back. Couldn't connect with one of his other favorite receivers, Jeff Rowe. So that puts the Cougars 3rd and 19, ball on the 40-yard line.
Well, this kid's just got an excellent arm. Beautiful stamps, great mechanics. Tight spiral on the football, and just a little bit overthrown at a row. Now they got 3rd and 19. Interesting call here.
6:08 in the second quarter.
I'm guessing they won't run.
See tight twins to the bottom side of your screen, setting up.
Man open. First down, I think he's got it.
And getting that reception for Sylvania, number 41, Nick Peterson. Again, when Columbian sets up to shut down White, White or Rowe, then they bring someone out of the backfield, and it happened to be Peterson this time.
Boy, they've got all kinds of weapons. All kinds of weapons. Here we go. Oh, that's 4th down. They was short by about a yard. 4th and 1. Big play for the Tornadoes. And I'm not sure he got it.
He got it. He's going to get a kind spot.
Chris Norris with the run.
And he got it.
Now, see, I thought they had a first down on the play before, but evidently not. They were about a half yard short. Neuendorf handed off to Norris, and he picks up the first down.
Neuendorf under center, trips to the top side. Setting up, comes back to the other side, got it! Nice throw, Peterson.
Well, that was not an easy catch either. Number 35, David Price right there with him.
I'm going to tell you what, Neuendorf knows where to throw. He knows where to throw the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, he reads defenses very, very well for a high school kid. Well, not only that, he had so many different guys to throw to. You're sending 5 guys out in a pattern, you're going to find somebody open.
And that's the key to this offense, is you have to have the personnel. You have to have people who can read the field. And Neuendorf comes to the other side, pressure,
same play.
Touchdown!
That's an easy one. Straub with the catch. It's the same play they ran before down here. A little drag out to Straub, number 20. That's like money in the bank. 21-20. I told you we were going to see some more offense.
5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, or second quarter. It's 21-20. The Cougars getting ready to set up for the extra point.
Jason Robbins will do the kicking. Number 2, Galen Sindelar to do the holding. Good snap.
Up and good. And the Cougars tie it up. And you are watching Media One Sports presentation as we bring you the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the Sylvania Southview Cougars. I'm Dave Manley alongside John Ammons. And John, you can see right here in the replay.
Right here in the replay, we just got a little, you're going to see the end of the play here a little bit. Just, you can't see Newendorf make the pass, but as you see how wide open Straub was in the catch, I mean, absolutely nobody near him. To be quite honest with you, I think somebody got picked there.
That was, that's a linebacker responsibility. He's got the flats, and he got lost somewhere in that combustion, and Straub came out almost.
That's like playing pitch and catch, though. That's too easy.
It's usually a linebacker, because a linebacker usually has the flats, because in that type of defense, you have your corner who's covering the outside.
Well, either somebody blew their coverage or somebody got picked, one of the two. Here we go with the kickoff. And these have been an adventure this evening also. Number 15 back.
Brooks, and he will get stopped right there by the brick wall of the Cougars.
Gets it out to about the 27, takes it from the 5 to about 20, about 22-yard return.
Brooks not real happy with the reception he got from the Cougars.
Nobody likes that extracurricular activity.
No, but you're in playoffs, so anything counts.
Yeah, that's true.
Cougars set up, the Tornadoes are set up at the 27. You're looking at a tie ball game at 21, 4:51 left to go in the second quarter. Awaiting the play.
I'm guessing the punters are not going to get a whole lot of work tonight the way things are going.
Looks like the Tornadoes are down a man.
They're going to call a timeout here, I believe. And they did. That's their second one, so they've only got one left.
Looked like James Hall was late to get into the action here. You'll see a timeout. And John, I'll tell you what, this has been excitement this first half.
Oh, I tell you, the fans have definitely got their money. I mean, we didn't have to pay, and we're enjoying this. And these people are definitely getting their money's worth, no question about it. Just absolute total offense here in the first half.
And you're talking about total offense. You're talking about total passing offense.
Yeah, but Cougars with the pass. And Columbians made a couple nice big passes also. They feature the run a little bit more, but they've also showed you they can throw a little bit. Talking a little strategy there on the sideline.
You're talking about records of the both teams. Both teams come in at 9-1.
Yeah.
Both of them lost to Sylvania Southview. Lost to
Northview,
their rival. And I do believe that actually you can see right here on the screen.
Yeah, they play Archwell there. They have right there 9-1. Perrysburg, Springfield. They play a good schedule. That's not an easy schedule to play. They pile up points. Blitz.
And getting in there, I do believe, was 56 for the Cougars. Matt Myers. In a few minutes, John, you'll see Southview's record.
Wise looks over to the sideline, see what play to run.
Wise's favorite receivers, one of them's Snyder, setting up.
Hansball with a catch, but not much of a game. Second down about, I think it's still going to be about 14 or 15, not much on that play.
There to close the door is number 21, who've caught a lot offensively, Rowe, for the Cougars.
I see a lot of these kids playing both ways. When you got good athletes, you put them out in the field.
It shows that, both programs are devoted to conditioning. And that's another important aspect that gets you the extra playing time. It's always nice when you can say you played 11 weeks of football, or 12 or 13. The ball tapped down.
Number 18 in the stop there, Jeff Radigan.
Again, you're seeing the Cougars defense step up, and you're seeing the Tornadoes, the momentum's kind of going down.
I'm not sure momentum's we have our first punt. Bo Carman going to do the punting for the Tornadoes. I'm not sure we were going to see one of these in the first half, but here we go.
Bo Carman steps up, gets the ball off, no pressure. Cougars step back.
Okay, we're going to take a look at Columbian's schedule here. There you go. You see them beating Fostoria on their schedule. Averaging about 35, 40 points a ball. And there's the first page. Fostoria, Clyde, Perrysburg, Willard, and Upper Sandusky. Unscathed there. And then we go to the second half here. We got Bucyrus, Norwalk, Galion, Bellevue, and Shelby is the only team to beat them. Shelby, another good program, and they got shut out there. But they can score their points.
Quick pitch to the outside. Mix it in, and Straub, I do believe.
That's correct. Gain of about 4.
Cougars will set the ball right on the 32. So
they're going to call it 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 from the 32 for the Cougars.
Single back offense. Row coming your way. Setting up. Screen. Almost shut down, but does a good job.
Chad Peterson with a reception there. And again, you saw how much time Neuendorf had to throw. He sat back there in the pocket an awful long time.
Rowe went in motion. Looked like he was going to throw it to the strong side and then releases it to Peterson on the weak side. As you can see on the top of your screen, we're fast approaching the 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Tied ball game at 21. 3rd and 1, ball setting on the 36. Neuendorf hands off, and it looks like the Cougars got it. And getting the first down for the Cougars, number 23, Chris Norris.
Chris Norris with a touchdown run a little earlier, picks up the first down this time.
Chris Norris, a 5'10", 111 junior.
Well, they're going to have to air it out here if they want to get some points. Minute 45 to go.
Neuendorf, quick hitter. The outside to his favorite receiver.
Fumble on the play.
And the Tornadoes have it.
Yes, I believe they do. White had the first down. Fumble. Not quite sure what the number is here yet. There we go, number 53. Matt Thompson. Matt Thompson, the linebacker on the right side. It's the fumble coming from the Tornadoes, and it's 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. First turnover of the ball game, I believe. Second, I'm sorry.
Looked like White tried to switch the ball over and lost control.
No, he's just trying to get those extra yards.
That too.
Timeout called here. I think that the Cougars called one. Now the minute 37. What do you do if you're Tiffin Columbian here? Do you try to get some more points, or do you just go into halftime and say, that's exactly what they're talking about right now on the sideline? It'll be interesting to see whether they do try to get some more points. And the kicker wasn't very strong.
So no, they want points.
Yeah,
they want points. You want to go in you want to go into the halftime with a momentum.
Now they've used a couple timeouts. Tiffin only has one left. So again, the first down, just like in college, it stops on a first down. To move the chains. So they will definitely have to air it out, I think, if they want to try to go for the end zone. They need about, 30, 35 yards, maybe even 40 here to have a possible field goal attempt.
You are watching Media One Sports presentation for the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the Sylvania Southview Cougars. Minute 37, tie ball game at 21. I'm Dave Manley alongside John Ammons. And Wise sets up, going for the long ball. Dropped, and great coverage by the secondary of the Cougars.
Number 29, Ben Stevens on the other end of that reception. Just got hit awful hard by a Cougar player.
I think that was Rowe that separated the ball.
He met him right when he made contact with it.
Again, John, people have heard us before. This is the first time that both of these teams have met.
And we're a little history anywhere.
We met with both coaches before the game, and we're kind of more focused on watching each other's teams and trying to get the edge, as much taking notes up until the last part of the kickoff. seeing Rowe with the Wise going up in the air, and the ball's up and separated. And again, Rowe was there, and Buckner, excuse me, no, actually, Seidlander was there for the Cougars.
I got to be a little careful here. 3rd down and 10.
Ball sitting on the 42. They need to get.
You get to the 48, but they got to be careful. They don't want to leave the Cougars too much time either.
Single back offense.
Deep ball.
Wise steps up.
Carmen again. I think he's got the 10, 5. No, I think he's at the 1.
Touch.
Nope, he's down at the 1. He's down at the 1. 1st and goal.
Carmen comes up with a big play.
59-yard pass from Wise to Carmen. 1st and goal, Tornadoes at the half-yard line of the Cougars.
And
wow.
Neuendorf came in, the talk of the program. But I'll tell you what, Wise has really showed he can be a quarterback too.
Absolutely. 109. You got plenty of time to run it. No need to panic. 1st and goal. Look for Johnson to get the ball. There it is. Touchdown.
Jeremiah Johnson breaks the plane. First half, 27-21.
Now we got to correct ourselves. That's Anspaugh, number 33 on the touchdown for the Tornadoes. Nevertheless, it's 6 more points. 27-21. Number 50 going to do the extra point, Porter. Snap is down, kick is up, and good.
And he's 3 for 3 tonight.
Got plenty of action. I think we're going to try to see the score. 28-21 Tiffin.
Yes, folks, this is only the first half.
I hope we're going to get a look to see that touchdown pass to Bo Carmen. And here's the replay right here. Wise again. The key to any long pass is the offensive line.
They're doing a good.
Give him time to throw the ball. And I'll tell you what, he airs it out real nice. Carmen a big target to throw to, and he just goes up and gets it. And darn near gets in the end zone. Great second effort by Carmen. A little stiff arm there.
Okay, he tells you how strong he is. He's got that ball single-handedly, and
number 21 Jeff Rowe with the saving tackle for the Cougars.
I don't know if you
for
saw
a second anyhow.
I don't know if you saw, John, but if he didn't hit Carmen, he also had Anspaugh coming, to the bottom wide open as well.
I'll tell you what, Carmen just got up and he went after it.
58 seconds left to go in the first half. Tornadoes up 28-21, and it has been an explosive first half for both programs.
Let's see if they do the proverbial squib kick here. Now, I saw this in the game the other day. The front line guys stopped the ball, and that's what they should try to do. Exactly right there.
And put his knee
down.
Put his knee. I didn't see his knee go down.
Well, it did. It definitely did. When he went down to get the ball, his knee went down. So, but not bad field position. They're at the 36. With a quarterback like Neuendorf, they got plenty of time to get out and score. They have 2 timeouts left also.
John, it's kind of interesting when we're talking to both coaches. Both coaches were looking forward to coming to Donnell Stadium and playing. They really, really were excited because they were looking forward to this field.
That's a nice place to play football.
Neuendorf sets up, twins this outside. And again, Rowe right there. And for the Tornadoes, 15, Chris Brooks. Chris Brooks, and we're approaching 37 timeout. Timeout, Tornadoes. Tornadoes use a timeout. 38 seconds, and you see the Cougars set up the 45, and they're looking to get in scoring position as well. The offensive coach getting them fired up. You're going to see, you look for the Cougars to air it out these in their last possessions. They have 2 yards to go, so they have plenty of time to get down the field. And if you've noticed throughout the game, the Cougars can get down in field in large chunks. Neuendorf waiting for the officials to get the ball reinstated. Twins to the top side. Neuendorf under center. Single set. Setting up to the top side, looking and connects to White. And this time White turns his body to the outside, so there's no fumbling. 31 seconds left to go. They get a first down, and they'll set up at the 44. Neuendorf waiting for the play to come in, calls it. Joe behind the back. Neuendorf comes to the outside. Again, Rowe to the other side this time. And as I said before, you see the Cougars can get down the field in large quantities. And another first down. Rowe has been to both sides. The Cougars spreading the Tornadoes out. Twins to the top side. Single back set. Wing to the top side as well. Up. This time ball is overthrown by Neuendorf. 21 seconds left. Cougars faced with a 3rd and 1. And you see 27-15 for the Vandals talking strategy. That's Jeremiah Johnson and Chris Brooks. Again, you see Neuendorf single setbacks. Twins to the top side, quick hitter to White. White will get the first down. They're going to have to hurry to get one more play off, and probably the clock will stop for a first down. You'll probably see Neuendorf spike the ball to the ground to stop the clock and get organized. "13 seconds. You're looking. Tornadoes 28, the Cougars 21. It's been an explosive first half. 60% of the scoring has been done by passing. Large plays here throughout the first half, and we'll be recapping that at halftime. Neuendorf sets up, goes to the corner, overshoots his receiver. Rowe couldn't catch it this time. He's left with 8 seconds. Again, you see the Cougars setting up in this third 10 situation. Neuendorf sets up, single back offense, going for the end zone, up. Ooh, ball fumbled around, 1 second left to go. One more shot for the end zone before both teams head in for halftime. Now that could have been one of the most America's funniest home videos. I have no idea what was going on there, but I don't want to say. See the Tornado faithful here at about 1 second left to go on the clock before they head into the locker rooms for halftime. And John and I will be bringing you our synopsis of the first half and some statistics by Kyle, I think I'm so cool, Giltz. And we're also going to have a short presentation of the Tiffin Columbian Band, so stick around for that. And that'll be it. And that wraps up the first half from Donnell Stadium. The Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes 28 and the Sylvania Southview Cougars 21. We'll be back right after these messages.
Their whole lives are ahead of them, and Navy volunteers are beside them, tutoring, encouraging, and inspiring children in thousands of classrooms across the country. Because given the importance of education, shouldn't we pledge our allegiance to America's students?
There's a lot of bad news in the world. Here's some good. Warren Zorek brought help to an elderly fire survivor, 28 stories up, no elevator. Elaine King breathed life into a stranger's dying baby boy. Kristen Simke resuscitated a dying man who collapsed in a crowd. Keep the good news coming. Give your time, support, and blood
as we are bringing you the second half of high school football between the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the Sylvania Southview Cougars, and the score is 28-21. And John, we had a huge first half.
You had 49 points in the first half between the both ball clubs, and both offenses were just shredding the defenses. It'd been interesting to be in the locker rooms at halftime to see what those defensive coordinators had to say to their defense. I'm sure they're obviously going to have to make some adjustments and slow this game down a little bit. In Columbian, they come out and do a great job. Both teams just kind of responded one to the other. One scores a touchdown, one comes right back.
And as you can see here, John, look at the stats. Rushing, the Tornadoes had 42, the Cougars 37 yards. Passing, 253 yards for the Tornadoes and 264 yards, which is relatively pretty close, especially, you know, the Tornadoes wanted to come in and establish the running game.
No, that 253 yards is he was 8 of 14 in the first half, so we were talking 14 passes for 253 yards. Obviously, he hit some big ones.
And usually when you look at these stats, you say, oh my gosh, this is the end of the game. This is only the first half.
That's amazing.
And, you know, you're shooting almost, you're going to see probably close to, 3 to 350, 300 yards, 3 to 350, 350 yards, if I can get that out.
You'll get it out.
In total offense, which is close to 400.
Well, you're looking at both teams right now. If they keep this pace up, both of them will have 500 yards of offense.
And so it's been an explosive first half, and the Cougars, have had two turnovers, and the Tornadoes have had 0. We're going back down the field for some live actions. Get ready. The Tornadoes will kick off to the Cougars, and they'll have the ball the second half. And Strub comes with the ball, come to the outside, gets a good return, and you're probably going to see a holding because there's a flag. And as he kisses the bench there at the end of the play.
And 9 times out of 10, a penalty like that, they're going to bring it back. And there it is. Illegal block. So the Cougars will have to start deep in their own territory here.
And the referee should be giving us an indication here pretty soon. Again, our referee is Andy Stephanopoulos.
I'm glad you had to say that, not me.
Illegal block below the waist during a run back. 15 yards. First down.
Giving us the Red Cashin impression there with the old first down.
Yep. As Neuendorf and company come back up to the line, they're going to be starting back at the 21. Had a good return, but penalty backed it up. Going to come out with the run. And the Tornadoes are there to shut the Cougars down. Cougars come with a single set offense with the wing to the bottom and the receiver to the top side of your screen. Neuendorf right with Peterson. Ball comes loose. And the Tornadoes come up with a huge play, and the Cougars turn it over for the 3rd time tonight. They have a big play and fumbles.
Like you said, just an absolutely perfect pass. Perfect seam route right up the middle by the tight end. He's got lots of running room and makes the fumble. Boy, that's costly. Now the Tornadoes start off in Cougar territory, 1st and 10 at the 48.
And coming up with a big play was Nick Miller, a 5'8", 155-pound senior for the Tornadoes. And then Johnson breaks through the plane, getting ready to cut, breaks through the corner. First down.
Down to the 14. He's a little fired up, don't you think?
The Tornadoes come up with a big play, and they come out of halftime with the momentum going their way.
30-yard run by Johnson.
As the Tornadoes are looking to kind of tighten the gap here. Coming for the count of the other side, Johnson this time gets clothespin by 45 of the Cougars.
Bobby LaGrange, I believe, on the tackle. He comes up a little slow in the play. And again, the Tornadoes, they're not a bad running team either. I mean, they had all kinds of yards passing in the first half, but they can also run at you too. And I'm sure they talked a little bit about getting that running game going a little bit. And right out of the chute, here they go, second about 6.
See the Tornadoes go in motion. Again, that way to the other side didn't fool the Cougars one bit. Setting up at 3rd and 6. Ball on the 15, 9:52 left to go in the third quarter. The Media One Sports presentation as we bring you high school football. I'm Dave Manley alongside with John Ammons. And you're looking at a 28-21 Tornado lead.
3rd and about 8, big play for the Tornadoes. Again, their kicker isn't real good, so need a first down. Onspaw, touchdown!
Oh, Ansbach comes back from the backfield, and I do believe that is his second touchdown of the night.
Take a look at this after the kick. Porter in to do the extra point.
Porter gets set.
Snap is down, looks good. Kick is up and good.
Pushes the Tornadoes out 35-21. I think kind of a score that Coach Gilbert would feel more comfortable with.
We're going to take a look at the replay here. Nothing fancy here. Good play action fake. Nice pass, Onspaw with a nice block by Bo Carmen. And Bo Carmen has just done it all tonight.
Tell you what, Bo Carmen was the key to that play, springing Ansbach loose.
Now it's got to be a happy coaching staff on the Columbian side coming out and getting a score right away to push that lead to 14, the biggest lead of anybody tonight. It's been 7 back and forth, and Columbia now up by 14. Columbian getting ready to kick off now. Number 14, Adam Oster will do the kicking.
Looks like Mr. Oster is going to do a little squib kick. He's got the ball to the side there. Makes it hard for him to catch. And returning the ball for the Cougars to 47, Ross Melgren, and we've called his name a couple times tonight.
Nice return by Ross. Well, let's see how the Cougars react to being down 14 now. Again, they've done some nice things. Just the turnovers have absolutely killed them this evening. 1st and 10, Cougars at the 30.
Neuendorf sets up, trips to the side, going for the long ball. Roll, breaks loose, and he goes all the way. Touchdown, Cougars.
Boy, oh boy. Lightning strikes again. Man, what a beautiful pass. Now that was supposed to be an inside screen to the wide receiver. He's not open, so Neuendorf says, heck with this. I'm not going to throw the short one. We'll just throw the long one in a row and pick up 6 in a hurry.
Not what Coach Gilbert and his Tornadoes wanted to see, but the quick striking Cougars come back in one play.
70-yard pass. That'll add to those passing yards in a hurry.
Now you understand why Neuendorf was one of Northwest Ohio's top players this year.
Kick is up and good. 9:06 to go in the third. 35-28 Tiffin Columbian. I'll tell you what, the way this thing's going, they may need triple digits up on that scoreboard.
I'm sure the statisticians for The newspapers and both coaches are going nuts because this has just been unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, it's been fun to watch, though, no question. A lot of good athletes out here. Okay, we're going to take another look here. The pass here from Neuendorf. There you go. Just again, this is supposed to be a screen. He's looking at his White, his favorite receiver, but he's not open, so he just sends the ball downfield to Rowe. Rowe gets behind the defender, and one tackle is all he had to break. It wasn't even really a tackle. It was more like a shirt, trying to tear the jersey off him, and 6 points for the Cougars.
You can hear in your background the Tornadoes yelling, "Let's go blue." And capacity crowd here at Donnell Stadium. Cougars trailing 28-35, but I'll tell you what, folks, it's been an explosive offense. We thought the first half was explosive. Second half starts out pretty well.
We have a flag. Somebody offside. That'd be my guess here. Let's wait and see what the officials call here, but I believe we have the kicking team offside. Now it'll cost them 5, and they'll have to re-kick.
And while we have a break here, I want to recognize our crew tonight. Back on the cameras, Bob Burns, Blake Perkins.
Kicking team, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
Bob Burns, Blake Parkins, J.J. Gentile, and Steve Grimes are doing our camera tonight and providing us with great shots. Doing the stats, Kyle, who thinks he's too cool, Gilt. And the graphics, Dave Newart. Engineering and audio, Mark Wagner. And producer-director, Tom Cupp. Thanks, guys. You guys are doing a good job providing great shots and graphics in the truck.
As they always do. That's going to be out of bounds in this kick unless he picks it up, and he'll let it go because that'll be another penalty unless they take the ball at the 40. Is it the 35 or 40? I'm not sure, Dave. Do you know?
It's at the 35, and Jason Roberts for the Cougars doesn't look too happy.
Illegal procedure. Kicking team, receiving team will take the ball on the 35-yard line. First down, 40-yard line, 40-yard line.
There, the correction is made up to the 40. First down, Tornadoes at the 40. Now, Tornadoes last time did a nice job mixing the pass and the run. Johnson just running at will almost. So it'll be interesting to see which they try to open up with here.
Well, this is what the Cougars have to do is close down their defense, and
I think you're going to see the Cougars blitz a little bit more here now. They're going to attack. They got a lot of men in the box right now. Oh, we got face mask. Yeah.
Second time that was called tonight on the Cougars.
Number 83, the guilty party there, I believe. Mike Foreman, I believe. Exactly what it is. Face mask. They'll take him up 15. Give an automatic first down into Cougar territory.
Again, that's what kills the Cougars is, in the penalties and turnovers. Because
they're very fortunate enough to have a high-powered offense. First and 10, Tornadoes.
Come back to the other side with Bo Carmen. Bo Carmen slips one, spins around the other side, outside.
Boy, he laid a lick on number 21 for the Cougars. Jeff Rowe comes to make the tackle. Bo Carmen says, "You're not going to hit me, I'm going to hit you." Bo Carmen with another good catch. "26-yard catch from Wise to Bo Carmen."
Bo Carmen is a 6'7", 227-pound senior, recruitable material.
Absolutely. He makes somebody a nice wide receiver. I'm not sure he's quite big enough to be a tight end, but he almost make a good wide out. Johnson getting the ball again.
You know, John, we've seen him, 2 years now in basketball when he was a senior, and sophomore, and every year that we've seen him, you see him develop. We saw him develop into a great athlete. It's going to be exciting to see what he can do this year.
Well, I think so. It'd be fun to see how he has and how much he has developed. Football is a little more contact. Again, basketball again is a contact sport. Don't let anybody fool you.
Especially when it comes to Tiffin Columbian basketball, because they're just about as physical as anybody.
Well,
the whole NOL over there that we've seen.
Seen a lot of that, but I think this is a sport he could thrive in. Football would be an excellent sport to thrive in because of his size. We'll see what happens. Option. Fumble.
And Johnson falls on it. And speaking of basketball, folks, stay tuned to Media One Sports as John Ammons and I tour around to bring you basketball for the Tiffin area. We'll be at Tiffin Calvert, Tiffin Columbian, Hopewell, Loudon, Fostoria, St. Wendland. We'll be over in we'll be all over, so stay tuned. Coming in 2 weeks, I do believe.
I think our first game is December 11th, and that week of the 18th, we do catch either Columbian or Calvert.
So stay tuned to us this season as we bring you basketball on Media One Sports. And Wise
to Carmen, touchdown! Bo Carmen. Just an absolute tough person to cover.
You cannot tackle Bo Carmen up top.
No way. He's just too strong, too big and too strong. And they pulled that lead out to 13 and looking to make it 14 again. Porter going to come in, kick the extra kick. Extra point, I'm sorry. Snap is down, kick is up, and good again.
And 7:16 left to go in the third quarter, 42-28, Tornado lead.
And we're picking up right where we left off in the first half, if I'm correct, Dave. I mean, just points after points after points.
And folks, it has been explosive.
Okay, you're gonna see a little just now. You see Carmen lines up in the slot there this time. Wise again, just a three-step drop, boom. Again, another missed tackle by Rowe. Rowe has not done a nice job tackling here this evening, but again, I'm not sure I'd want to tackle Bo Carmen either. And you definitely can't, like you said, you can't tackle him up top. You got to go down and get his legs. And the kickoff people are getting a lot of work this evening.
That's for sure. On both sides.
On both sides of the football. 28-21 at half. And we now have 42-28. And we're just barely halfway through the third. And 47 for the Cougars on the return.
Turns, and this time Tornadoes do a good job containing 47 for the Cougars.
Ross Melgren again on the return. First and 10 Cougars at the 29. And the only question is, Dave, how are they going to score this time? And will it take more than one play? Boy, we've seen some big plays tonight.
They're going to stick with what got them to this point, and that's the pass in Neuendorf. And again, you see the cross by Neuendorf, so you know he's probably going to throw. This time he pitches out, comes back to the inside. Rowe. This time we see Rowe in a different facet.
I think it was Straub. Brad Straub on the carry, I believe, number 20. Great pitch, good run. First down yardage. Now, if you're Tiffin Columbian, you're sitting back and waiting for that pass, and all of a sudden they run a pitch and a run, kind of catch you off guard a little bit. No backs.
Trips to the bottom side of your screen. Neuendorf goes out, overthrows his intended receiver.
Peterson, I believe. Peterson was arguing to the official for a little holding there.
Well, it looked like he got a kind of a slow start there, and
He's saying that's why. He says, hey, I'm not that slow. I can run too. They can all run. Everybody in this Southview team can run.
Neuendorf sets up, throws to the screen to the outside. Man,
That's some serious running.
tell you what, I didn't get the number who
Number 41, I believe. That's Nick Peterson. He just absolutely
unloaded.
leveled. He leveled somebody over the side. And I'm not sure what the number was he leveled, but that guy's going to feel that one tomorrow morning.
They're both going to feel it.
First down.
Peterson
Cougars.
did a good job keeping his feet going.
Did a good job just keeping his balance.
Again, going back to White. Brian White's been kind of quiet this second half, but
Well, you saw the wide receiver screen there. He's supposed to move in and catch that ball again. Same plays they scored a touchdown a little bit ago to Rowe. Rowe went deep. That time was open, but White was open here on the outside also. They're going to measure, I believe. Well, another chance here, Dave. Yes or no?
no, it's going to be short.
He says no. And our statistician, Kyle, over here says he's got it. Who's going to be right this time? There's the big arm.
You
and
got it.
Kyle gets it again. You
Got
got
it.
it last time, didn't you?
That last few times, but
All right.
you can't be
Okay.
right every time.
There we
There's
see
a Columbian cheerleaders as you saw them at the top of the broadcast. They did a nice job. Thanks for the cheerleaders for opening us up here in Media One Sports.
Straub with a carry, and he's not going anywhere. He's lucky he got back to the line of scrimmage.
There for the Tornadoes, Brian Gaves, 6'1", 225 junior, outside linebacker.
I'll tell you what, they're being kind and giving a yard, saying a second 9, but that's a second and a long 9.
Trips to the top side for the Cougars. Neuendorf finds his receiver.
That's number 3, Peterson again.
This time Peterson getting into the action and took a nice hit. I'll tell you what, these Cougars have a nice selection of receivers.
Well,
I mean, everybody,
And they get open.
the backs and the receivers,
They
they all
get
can
open.
catch. Getting a single set backfield. Trips to the bottom side of your screen. Neuendorf hands out to the inside. Going to the outside.
Straub, I believe, with
Straub.
the carry again, yes.
Straub saying, yeah.
He's very close to a first down. And you see Neuendorf do the Brett Favre fake there after the handoff. I'm not sure that does a whole lot of good, but frees those linebackers for another second, give your running back a little extra yardage.
I'll tell you what, though. You look at Columbian's size and you think that the Cougars would be intimidated. But I'll tell you what, they have come back. They have come at the Cougars with everything they had.
Well, no,
They've come at the Tornadoes with everything.
they're quick. I mean, anytime you have quickness, you have a chance against big people. If you can run, you can outrun them.
5:03 left to go in the third quarter. You're looking at a 42-38 or 42-28
Could be 38 for long the way
Yeah.
things are going.
Columbian lead. This is Media One Sports. I'm Dave Manley, along with John Ammons. And as we've said all along, John, it's been explosive.
Been a lot of fun to watch. Everybody's getting their money's worth tonight. If you want to see defense, not the place to be this evening.
These are two mirror image offenses, and that has pretty much been the tale of tonight. Few mistakes, but it's been a relatively close game. Quick pitch.
Rob, he was supposed to make a pass there. Nobody open, so he's going to run himself.
Still gets a nice gainer. You see Tiffin's own Robert Burns there. He says, hi, Mom. He's not really working, can you tell?
I think they picked up the first down on that. Gain of about, 2, maybe 3. First and 10 Cougars at the 14. Well, let's call it the 13, give him benefit of the doubt.
Neuendorf going to throw a quick out here.
Everybody's one-on-one, the outside. Plenty of time.
Neuendorf scrambles, comes back to the outside. Has a little green, gets to the outside.
Down to the one. Well, I'll tell you what, the Tiffin Columbian coaches were absolutely livid about holding. You know, a player down for Columbian. And there, I'll tell you what, the official is over there right now giving him an earful because he didn't call holding. Somebody's hurt. Number 61 reports into the game.
You see the brain trust of the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes, Coach Gilbert.
Boy, Neuendorf showing some good athletic ability there again. No receivers open, he just takes the ball himself. We'll wait and see who the injured player is for Columbian. There we go, number 66.
Brian Gase, as he's the injured Tornado down there.
The way he's sitting up, but it's hard. You hate to speculate on these things you don't know, so we'll just kind of wait and see. Getting up with a little help.
Walk over on his own power, which is a good sign. Always get nervous this late in the season and see the old Browns faithful flag coming back in '99.
Can't wait for that. First and goal, Cougars on the 1-yard line. Now, do you mess with a handoff here to Straub, or you just take it in yourself? Straub gets the carry. And he is...
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Straub.
Again.
Right back in it.
The Cougars will bend, but they will not break.
Yeah, they aren't going to go away, I can tell you that right now. This could be one of those games, whoever has the ball last is going to win. And we're talking 76 points here. We're not even at the end of the fourth quarter yet. Number 24 to the kick. Jason Robbins again, whose legs got to be getting tired. It's good.
Nope. Brings the score 35-42 Columbian. And I'll tell you what, these Cougars are racking up some offensive points as well as the Tornadoes.
Well, this is unbelievable. I, to be quite honest with you, Dave, I have not seen a high school game with this. I mean, usually when you see a high score, like you see one team score a lot, the other team not score any, but I mean, these guys are battling like a couple of heavyweights. It's fun. This is fun to watch.
It is very, very exciting, and you like when you see, you know, the one thing that I like is when there's no blowouts.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it goes down to the end, and both teams have a chance. There you see Columbian's coach talking to the official a little bit about that last play. He wanted a little bit of holding, and his man got hurt, and thought it should have been called, but you're not going to win those battles. I can tell you that right now from experience. I'm sure you also can verify that comment.
Well, I think I was the only coach that coached from the 50-yard line.
There probably were a few others.
I seem to stand out among the rest of them.
Well, we won't get into that.
You know, when we were talking with both coaches before the game, both coaches were very complimentary of their staffs.
And not only that, they're very complimentary of the other ball club, and you can see why. Oh, we get an onside kick. 48
Nice.
got it for Columbian.
Nice job by Justin Hupp, another basketball player that we've seen.
Well, I'll tell you what, he used his leaping ability right there. He doesn't go up and get that. The Cougars had the ball right back. You want him on?
Well, Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, David. How about yourself?
Good, sitting up here with Steve Heinzman, the defensive coordinator for the Findlay Trojans. And I'll tell you what, the first half of the season, defense was a concern, but you guys tightened the hatches, the second half of the season and brought home a championship.
Well, I tell you what, David, it was a real credit to the kids. They just did a super job. They decided that they were going to take the challenge on, and like Cliff said the other night, we're playing half by half, and they had 7 halves to go after the Oregon Clay game the first half, and they decided to win them all.
Now, Coach, you're a defensive coordinator. You got to be amazed by the score.
Well, it's a shootout. It's what it is. You got 2 offensive teams, and whoever has the ball last at the end of the game is going to win probably. But I'll tell you what, the kid from Sylvania, he's got a great arm, and
Neuendorf is he's amazing.
Yeah, I was watching him in warm-ups and talked to Cliff a little bit about him, and Cliff said, "What the heck?" And he looked at the kid, and then all of a sudden he threw a pass, and he said, "He's got an arm on him."
And you look at the Southview receiving crew, and they all have good hands.
Oh, they wouldn't be here if they didn't. That's.
And you look at Bo Cameron, 84 for the Columbian, and he has been tremendous. Along with Wise, Wise Tiffin Columbian has been known to be a running team, and they have turned the notch and increased their passing.
Well, one thing that they've got is they've got quite a few receivers that they can go to, and Steve's done a real good job of alternating who he's throwing to, but I'm sure that his quarterback's got keys where he's picking up 1, 2, 3, and 4, so he has some options on who he can throw to, but he's got a first check off.
Well, Coach, it was a pleasure seeing you. Congratulations on a great season. And everybody's looking for next season.
Well, I'll tell you what, David, I appreciate everything you guys did, and I don't know where Tim is, but we really appreciate Media One being around when we're playing, and maybe you can get around a little bit more and get us on TV, but you got to be fair to everybody. I understand that, but we appreciate everything, the support that we've gotten, not only from the media, but our fans, and we're looking for a great year next year, too.
Well, everybody else is around this area.
Well, we're going to work on it this winter. We got that new weight building coming in, and we're going to build them up a little bit, and a little bigger, faster, stronger, as Cliff says, and then we're going to go out and we're going to just do some stuff and see what happens.
We're looking forward to it, Coach.
Thanks Dave. Good seeing you.
You too.
Bye.
Take care. Steve Heisman from the Findlay Trojans defensive coordinator stopping in to see us as he's witnessing this excellent game here, and he's talking as a defensive coordinator. He said this is just as you said earlier, this is just an offensive shootout.
It's a nightmare for defensive coaches this evening because both these teams have so many people they can go to, and when you got these many weapons on both sides of the ball, you don't want to be the defensive coordinator tonight. That's for sure. I know I wouldn't want to be. And we got timeout, I believe.
And earlier, Bo Carmen came up real big, with a big catch, and you see the Tornado faithful stand up to their feet because they are proud of their Tornadoes.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, as far as I'm concerned, Bo Carmen's the player of the game for the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes. And he's come up with big play after big play all night.
Bo, and then for the other side, it'd be hard because, you have Rowe, you have Neuendorf, you have Porter.
You just have all kinds of players for them that they could go to, and that's the unique thing I'm sure about that ball club is not one person stands out other than Neuendorf, the quarterback. And basically on any team, the quarterback's going to stand out more than anybody. But he's not going to beat anybody by himself. So he's got to have those players to throw to. So just a lot of offensive people tonight. This is just absolutely fantastic to watch.
3rd and 7 ball on the 20-yard line. Wise underneath, hands off to Johnson. Oh no, fake me and.
Everybody out. And Rowe made a nice play on Carmen. That's one of the very few times that Carmen hasn't come up with a catch. Rowe did a nice job defensively there. And a 4th down situation here. What do the Tornadoes want to do? They're up by 7 here. Again, their kicker isn't real strong, so I think they'll go ahead and go.
Big possession here momentum-wise for the Cougars.
And they're going to need a timeout the way things are going here. They're just not going to get that play in time. It's a 4th down, so they better hurry. Here they go, big play, 4th down, 7 from the 20. Got to get to between the 13 and 14. There's your delay right there. Did not get the play in. Boy, and that hurts too.
That's going to back them up.
That's going to make it 4th and 12 now.
Now this would be a good situation for the Tornadoes to punt and pin as much as you can the Cougars.
The bad thing about a punt in this situation is if you kick in the end zone, you're only going to gain really about 5.
Yard penalty, still 4th down.
There's your delay of game.
Basically what I do is just pooch it up.
Yeah, you could do that. Again, I'd just go ahead and throw it here. Look for Carmen to go in over the middle or something, and even a screen pass here would be a good call. I personally don't think they gain a lot by punting it here. I think they're just going to go ahead and go, and here we go. They're going to double Carmen this time.
Holding him up at the line.
No good.
So the Cougars stop the Tornadoes in good defensive pressure.
And that's the first time I've seen Bo Carmen hit at the line of scrimmage. They did a nice job of checking him because they knew that he was our go-to guy, and they doubled up on that side with him.
You see Coach Mazie give.
And here come the Cougars.
Give
right
Ross Melgren a huge boost because he was a key offensive strob. Picks and pecks his way for about 2 yards. Call it 1 yard. Ball will be set at about the 26-yard line. 2:22 left to go in the third quarter, and you're looking at a 42-35 Tornado lead. Cougars down by 7.
This game over 2 hours old already. We're not even in the fourth quarter.
Trips to the top side. Neuendorf to the inside.
Ball
Fumbles
stripped.
again.
I'm not sure he had
Incomplete.
possession. That's a good call. He never had possession of that ball before it was stripped. I don't know if we can get a chance to see that one again, but I can guarantee you right now he did not have possession of that ball. Big play, because if he calls that a completed pass, it would have been a fumble. Okay, here we go.
Trips to the bottom side of your screen.
3rd and 9.
Neuendorf, single set, looking.
Oh, right through his hands.
Again, that was Porter. And both receivers on both sides have a little jitters.
Yeah, Peterson there tried to make the catch. Ball went right through him, number 55. Nate Hauk on the coverage, but that pass was there and just went right through his hands. 4th down, have to set up a punt.
Get on the replay here, you can see.
There's the replay, the one before where they just definitely did not have possession of the ball.
First time the Cougars have punted all night.
Fair catch called for it, about the 43.
Brad Snyder for the. And the Tornadoes are asking for the Tornado faithful fans to stand up and give them some support.
And that's what high school football is all about right now. That's a big stop for Tiffin Columbian. I guess that first punt all night by the Cougars.
Boy, this is celebrity night.
Yeah, we're all here.
How you doing?
Pretty good, David. How are you?
Good. Tony Iready sitting up here, and we just got done talking to Steve Heinzelman, and you yourself, family-wise, had a big year. Your son came up big this year for the Trojans.
Yeah, he sure did. He really had a good year on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Got to run back kickoffs and run back punts, and even go down on the kickoff team. So he had a real good year. He had a lot of fun. It was a good year for the Trojans all the way around.
And you're looking at a 42-35 game here, and it is 2 mirror offenses, and it's been amazing.
Oh, absolutely. We were talking down at the south end that the last team to score can turn off the lights, because this one's going to be a shootout all the way through. Got two real good quarterbacks. Neuendorf for Sylvania, he's excellent. Pinpoint passing. He's really impressed me quite a bit, and Tiffin's quarterback has done a great job tonight.
Wise has just been, Tiffin coming in has been known for the running game,
right.
and they've stepped it up, and opened up with a pass. And talking to Coach Gilbert, that's what he wanted to do, was run on him, and he's been forced to pass. And then obviously you got one of the state's best in Neuendorf,
yeah.
And you got Rowe, and he's just got a whole slate of receivers even coming out of the backfield.
Oh, absolutely, and they use it really well. A lot of misdirection. Running to Sylvania brings those trips in tight on the one side and then splits them out wide, and I'm impressed too with number 84 and number
Bo
86
Cameron.
for Tiffin. That those guys they're huge. They're good hands. They run well. Uh, I'm just really impressed with them all the way around.
Now, if you were a defensive coordinator, you'd be pulling your hair out.
Well, you know, kind of, the way we look at it is your defense kind of mirrors your offense. So because you go against them a lot in practice. So I can see if Tiffin's used to running the ball, if their offense used to running the ball, then their defense is probably a lot better at stopping the run. So the pass would be open a lot more. So with us, we had a lot better success against the pass this year, as you know, than we did against the run. But it was. I really like both these teams. I think this is going to be a real barn burner.
Now, do you remember last year, November 13th, when Patrick Henry played Liberty Center?
Yeah.
And it was, it was all snow.
Yep.
Total difference tonight.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night for football. It's not even cold out there. We had to. We worked the concession stands. The high school coaches, all of them. We have the soccer coaches down there, the swim coach, the golf coaches. We're all down working concessions, and it was pleasant, very pleasant down there.
And you talk about a lot of work that goes into hosting a playoff game.
That's correct. And I'm not sure. Maybe you have better information, but we're pretty excited about next week. The possibilities of maybe having a Bath-Kenton game here.
And that'll be an opening. Again, as you saw Neuendorf hit his favorite receiver, row to the far side. And Coach, it was good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
Take care. And that was Coach Iridi from the Findlay Trojans. He stopped by and he's working the Tiffin Columbian Sylvania Southview Cougar game, and John Ammons is done doing his mayor, vote for Ammons mayor route here.
Not I. I don't want to be mayor, not for a while anyhow.
We're back to Neuendorf sets up, going to the pump and go. Going to just lie it up there. Couldn't come down with it.
I believe that's Rowe again.
86 for the Tornadoes is who Coach Iridi just mentioned, Nahum.
I'll tell you what, Rowe turned into a defensive back there.
And Nahum we well know from basketball, watching him in basketball. He's another one that grew up with Bo Carmen. You're looking at 18 seconds, a 42-35 Tornado lead here in the third quarter.
Second and a bunch for the Cougars, 2nd and 10.
As you see, Neuendorf changed the play.
They went to a double out here on the outside. Got a blitz on. Almost picked off. Number 51, I believe.
But really,
Nate Bryant.
The Tornadoes did a good job double covering this time, and it really threw Neuendorf off.
It did, because he read single coverage on the outside, and number 40, Andy Powers, went to the outside to help with coverage in the wide receiver. And that messed his timing all up. There was nobody there to throw to, so consequently the pressure got to him and it was a bad pass.
Neuendorf sets up single back wing with trips to the bottom side of your screen. Neuendorf comes out looking, and this time drills it in the stomach of White.
I believe Rowe.
That was Rowe
again. Nice catch. Should be a first down for the Cougars, and it is.
4 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
And that'll probably end our third quarter here. Let's wait and see if they get another play, but that clock does stop until the change are set. But I seriously doubt they'll get another one off. But he did get out of bounds, so they will have to run another one. 1st and 10 from the 45.
Twins to the top side, single backfield, wing to the left side. And again, Straub will wind up the clock, and that winds out the third quarter. 42-35, Tornado lead. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter.
Who's helping improve our schools? Since 1989, the cable industry has spent over $320 million on cable in the classroom to help teachers teach. It's a service that reaches 38 million kids in 70,000 schools with over 6,000 hours of commercial-free educational programming every year. How much does this cost the schools? Thanks to cable, it's free. Those are numbers we can all feel good about. The future is on cable.
This is the sound of healthy lungs. Now listen. This is asthma. Did you know it can sometimes kill you? Kenneth does. Like almost 5 million other children in the U.S., Kenneth has asthma.
I feel sad and I'm kind of scared.
Through American Lung Association programs, children with asthma can sound like this.
And as we're back for the fourth and final quarter, Tornadoes are up 42-35 with the Cougars in possession. And Chris Peterson with the reception. And again, we have another guest stopping in from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Larry Long, how are you doing?
Just fine, thanks. How you doing, Dave?
Good. This has to be the busiest time of year for you.
Very, very hectic, very, very busy.
And you are from Napoleon.
Yes, sir.
And you guys have had a lot of big things happen this year over there.
Very much so. We're had a real good fall season all the way around.
Well, I've coached in that arena over there in Holgate.
Oh, okay.
Your neighbor, and I was over there for 3 seasons.
Oh, okay.
And you know, Tim McGee and quite well.
Yep.
And the program over there, and I was one of those people when they had 6 kids, we went door to door, and by the time we got done with 2 days, we were up to 14 our first season. And by the end of my 3rd year, we ended up having close to 26 kids. Now they're averaging about 30 kids. So that program is a long way. But your program over there has had huge success.
Very much so. We've been very pleased, Dave. We finished last year 3-7. It was very disappointing, very frustrating season, and with the new stadium and just kind of a different attitude there and different approach going into the preseason and the season. And once we got into the season, a lot of things, just good things fell in place, and so we've had a real good year. We've been very, very, very proud.
Now, what facet do you play with the Athletic Association?
Right now, I'm the Northwest Ohio representative to the State Board of Control. That's a 2-year term, and it's on a rotating basis. And in terms of different classifications as far as who's up, I represent the AA-As. And then this spring, there'll be an election from Northwest Ohio with I think it's the AAA representatives, and that individual then will serve a 2-year period of time. And to be qualified for the State Board of Control, you have to be a member of one of the 6 Northwest districts, and I'm the one of 2 Northwest District representatives for the middle-sized schools. And that's a 6-year term. And again, that's elected by the State Board of Control to the state is all the principals of Northwest Ohio voting, whereas when you're a AA representative, it's just the AA school principals voting.
So again, we bring up this is a very busy time for you for the next 3 weeks, and this is just the beginning.
That's right, and but it's enjoyable. This is the type of thing that you've worked all season. The schools have worked all season for to reach this point there, and it's when you get to this level in terms of the tournaments and the playoffs, particularly for football there, where there's just a select number of schools involved, it becomes a real nice time. You see a lot of community pride, and a lot of chance to showcase your schools and your communities, and you get communities like Findlay here that open up their facilities for these 2 schools to come in, and it's a real nice. It's just an enjoyable time.
Well, Larry, we appreciate you stopping by and saying hi, and you guys are doing a great job, and thanks for having us up here.
Well, thank you very much. You guys keep up the good work, too. We appreciate everything that everybody does there to promote Ohio high school athletics.
Well, thank you, and good luck to you.
Thank you much.
Larry Long from the Ohio High School Athletic Association stopping in and talking to us. And again, as you can tell, that his job doesn't end on Friday night. It's only beginning, because it starts all over again tomorrow. The winner here will be decided on what's going on. And you're seeing a 4th and 6 for the Cougars. Big play.
Probably the biggest play of the night for the Cougars right here. Ball tipped. Almost intercepted.
So the Cougars will take over, or the Tornadoes will take over on downs.
Regardless whether it's intercepted or not, it's first down Tornadoes, and that's a big, big stop.
But again, the Cougars can't get down because there's still plenty of time left on the clock.
9 minutes tonight is like 3/4 with the football. You know, you're talking to Larry with the Ohio High School. I've had the pleasure of knowing him for a long time here. My father-in-law is on the Ohio High School athletic board. That's a lot to say in one breath. But those guys they do a great job. They're good people, and they're always there as representatives in the tournaments, and it's just a lot of fun to be around those people.
And you know, you're real active when it comes to basketball time.
Yeah, I get to a lot of tournaments, and I go to some different sites and do some different things, and it's a learning experience. It's a lot of fun. They're just good people, and they do a great job of what they do. And in fact, you know, being the board of control, they're the main reason a lot of these kids are here playing. Other than their local, you know, I don't take it away from the kids. They've earned the right to be here too. But like you said, opening up this facility here, and it's just a lot. This is just absolutely awesome. I mean, we've got a 42-35 ball game here. It just doesn't get any better than this on Friday nights.
Oh no, not at all. And you see Wise underneath center with an I formation. Ball tapped.
Oh, that would have been huge.
Sets up a 3rd down and 10 for the Tornadoes with 8:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. I'm Dave Manley alongside John Ammons as we're bringing you Media One Sports between the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the Sylvania Southview Cougars. And once again, let me take real quick to recognize the crew who's doing a great job tonight.
As they always do.
Down on the cameras, Tiffin's own Bob Burns, Blake Parkins, JJ Gentile, and Steve Grimes. Thanks a lot, guys, for the great shots. Doing the stats tonight for us, Kyle Giltz. Graphics, Dave Nauert. Engineering audio and bringing us all the shots, even the ones that we're not supposed to be seeing, is Mark Wagner. And producer, director, Tom, I'm losing my hair cup.
That'll go down as a classic, I'm sure. 4th down here for the Tornadoes, and they'll be forced to punt.
And John, you know this end, Salina 35, Bowling Green 28. Now obviously that's another Division II school, and the winner here tonight will play Salina.
That I don't know. I imagine that's why they're there. They're here tonight as scouts. So you're probably absolutely correct. So a lot at stake for both these ball clubs this evening. The winner goes on, the loser goes home.
And you know that's the sad part about it is there's always got to be a loser. But tonight, the last person who has the ball can turn off the lights.
First and 10 Cougars.
And you're seeing the 8:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. Cougars at the 44 need to put some offense together here.
And we've seen a couple punts in a row. That's unusual this evening.
And
Rowe
again,
with a catch.
Again, Rowe, you see Rowe putting the...
He's been the go-to man here in the second half, no
He's
question.
also putting a second hand on that ball because he does not want to give that ball up for any reason.
I mean, Neuendorfer went to White the first half a lot. Now he's coming over to this side to Rowe. He's been the main man here in the second half, but I guarantee you he's going to go back to White sometime before this is over.
And second and 2 at the 48. And there goes Straub right through the Tornado line for a first down.
Well, those were easy yards. Nice job of the offensive line. It looked like a trap play there. Double team in the center there, and he caught a hole and off to the races he went.
Well, you see what the Tornadoes are doing is they're giving up that lane, and the Cougars are taking advantage of that because Straub is a little quicker than what he seems to be.
He hits the hole real quick. I guess he reads the line real well.
Neuendorf under center, trips to the top side, looking for the big play. This time not going to get it out of the reach.
Again, going to Rowe. Nice coverage by the Tornadoes. Johnson back there for the coverage. And him double covered. There's no way that pass was going to be completed unless something unusual happened.
Sets the Cougars up to the 35, second and 10. 7:28 to go in the fourth quarter.
time not a major factor, but it's starting to be a little bit.
Trips to the top side of your screen. Neuendorf under center. See the hitch pass going. Blocked both sides going to the outside. Columbian does a good job staying at home and shutting it down.
Well, Galen Sindelar is saying, boy, I'm not sure I wanted to catch that one. He found about 1,000 pounds on him after he caught that one. Swarming defense by Columbian there.
This is, that play puts the Cougars down.
Third and about 11. And again, they're probably in 2-down territory here. They might as well go ahead and go on fourth unless they want to pin the Tornadoes deep. And if I'm guessing with this high-powered offense, they'll go ahead and go on fourth.
Trips to the bottom side of your screen.
Got a
Neuendorf
blitz.
backs up. Neuendorf.
Nice catch.
Yeah.
Number 2, Galen Sindelar.
Sindelar with.
Haven't heard that name a whole lot tonight, but I'll tell you what, there's a big catch, and he took a pop after he caught that pass.
First down. Just when the Tornadoes think they have, when they have the Cougars in field position, the Cougars come up with a big play.
When you have a quarterback like Greg Neuendorf, you're in the game no matter what the score is.
Quick pitch to. He's got outside going in and out of bounds.
Cameraman needs him a little extra equipment on him there.
I'm waiting for someone to get the Hitman Award yet. We haven't seen that yet.
That's as close as we've got all night. Straub with a nice carry. They're showing just what you talked about a little bit about his speed. And he got to the outside. Didn't look like he was going to go anywhere. And then the old afterburners turn on, and he picks up 9 yards.
Cougars set up 2nd and 1 at the 13.
Now with this offense, you could do a lot of different things here. You can go ahead and go to the end zone. You could run it. You got 3 downs to get 1 yard.
That's what the Cougars are doing. They do the quick pitch to Straub. Straub goes to the outside, and he got the first down.
Picked up almost 5 on the play to give the Cougars a first down. I believe he's inside the 10, actually at the 10, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get a first down. I don't think they'll be able to. This is going to be a 1st and goal just inside the 10. Now they're definitely in 4-down territory. And here we go.
Straub picks and pecks and gets a couple of yards.
When you thought he was going to get nothing, he got a couple there.
And he's been real good tonight with just, not going down, and it's going to take 3 guys to take him down rather than 1.
He does what all running backs do, keep their head up.
Keep your head up and keep your feet moving.
Approaching the 5-minute mark here. Got timeout. Timeout the Sylvania Southview Cougars. That was tough. Couldn't go and get that one out either.
Now, John, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit.
Go for it.
The Cougars score here, tie it up. What are you expecting? Because you're gonna, the time's gonna be a factor.
Oh, I don't. The way the big plays have gone off tonight, I'm not gonna predict anything in this game. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's too unpredictable. I mean, I think if Southview, and they're gonna get mad at me for that. I know that. If Southview scores here, Columbia's just got to keep doing what they're doing. This game has every possibility of being overtime. I mean, we've seen it go back and forth all night. So I think anything's possible. And there's just too much time right now to predict anything. But, I think they got to stay with what they've done, both teams. I mean, when you've scored 35 points for Southview and you've scored 42 as Tiffin Columbian, you've done an awful lot of good things.
As you can see, the Tiffin Columbian faithful just kind of waiting patiently because they've been waiting for a playoff berth for a long time. Quick pitch to Straub going to the outside.
Got a few blockers.
Straub keeping his feet, getting strung out.
I think he's down about the 4.
And running Straub out of bounds was number 15 for the Tornadoes, Chris Brooks. And again, Chris Brooks has been in a lot of tackles, but been playing quietly.
Yeah, he's one of those quiet monsters this evening. He always seems to be around the football. Well, I guarantee you this is either going to be a pass or it's going to be a quarterback option with a pass. He's been very effective running inside here this evening. And then just a straight dive play to Straub, and he gets absolutely nowhere. They get the ball back in the middle of the field. Let's see if they're going to go. I would think it would be a no decision here, down by 7.
Nate Hauk, number 55, you see on your screen, shutting down the Cougar. Straub.
They're going to kick the field goal here. That would yes, that's exactly what they're going to do, and this really surprises me.
Well, it doesn't surprise me because, you know, you'll only be down by 4.
You're still going to be down a touchdown either way. Kick is good. Well, I'll tell you what, that barely made it. Sindelar with the kick and good.
Makes it 37-42, 38-42.
But the bad thing about that is now they still got to score a touchdown. I mean, they're still down by 4.
Well, that's the thing is that we're talking about time here, and the Cougars have done a good job so far with their defense, and their offense is definitely potent. They've been you know.
The bad part about it is Southview's only got 1 timeout left. I mean, they've only got 1 timeout left. A couple first downs, and this thing could be all over with.
But here's the thing though, is their offense has really mainly controlled the clock. Both the spread offenses have, so they don't need the timeouts because they can spread it out.
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Possible onside kick here.
As you can see, the
ball set up as a regular kick. Sindelar going to do the kicking here, I believe. No, not Sindelar. He just kicked the extra point. Hands team's in, no question.
4:25, 42-38, Tornado lead. They're going to kick it off and hope to pin the Tornadoes.
Brooks with a carry. Gets it out to about the 25.
And now
it's up to the Cougars defense, and to put the hands in defense tonight is, I can think, kind of a dangerous task. Because we haven't seen a whole lot of defense tonight. 1st and 10 Tornadoes. Now the Tornadoes won a couple first downs. Keep the clock moving. Don't throw the ball to 3rd down. Stop the clock.
Now this is when you see coaches start pacing the sideline. Stroking their ball cap a little more.
Well, I can tell you who's been doing the sidelines all night, and that's the defensive coaches. They put in their miles, I'm sure.
Quick pitch to go to the outside.
Johnson picks up about 4. There ain't going to be anything fancy coming out of Tiffin Columbian right now.
No,
this is going to be straight football. Give the ball to Johnson. Give the ball to Ansbach.
No, they're going to say, just come
here,
stop us.
Here, you beat me. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
See Coach Gilbert on the sideline.
Second and about 6, probably a short 6, long 5. Look for Johnson to get the ball again. And that's exactly what's happened on the draw. Nowhere to go.
Johnson.
Probably lost a yard.
Cougars are there and they're saying, we've seen that too many times in our league.
Well, they know a couple first downs and this baby's all over with, so they're putting extra men up to the line of scrimmage. Bad part about that is if you break through that first line, you're off and gone. There you see the clock up in the corner.
Now the other key point is that the Cougars have had a tough time stopping Bo Cameron.
That's exactly right, and I think that'd be one of those situations where they go to him here. He's 5-6 yards or do a real rollout. But Southview just used their last time out. They have no more. So if they hold them here, get the kick back, they'll have, I'm going to guess, about 2.5 minutes to go to score. And they should, if they hold them here, have decent field position. Should get the ball somewhere up around the 50-yard line. So if half the field, 2.5 minutes to go, one of the best quarterbacks in Northwest Ohio, that's not a bad situation to be in. First things first, though, they got to stop them here. Probably the biggest play of the year here for the Tornadoes.
This is where they usually go to Bo Carmen or Nate Naum. So we'll see.
Well, I certainly would go to Carmen here if he's had the big night tonight. They're going to throw. Plenty of time. Carmen open. Nice play by Sindelar. That may be the play of the year for the Cougars. And we said it. They were going to go to Bo Carmen, and they did.
Sindelar read that all the way. If he could have got just a half second quicker, he would have been gone.
Well, Carmen, he did a drag pattern. I mean, he went from one hash mark all the way over to the other side of the field, and they tried to clear it out and get it to him, and Sindelar said, not today. This is a very important kick here. Carmen going to do the kicking. Need a good snap.
Almost went over his head.
Good thing he's 6'7". Good kick. We're going to stop about the 37. So they actually get the ball with over 3 minutes left. Well, I'll tell you what, that's an eternity for a quarterback for the Cougars.
This is where he wants to be. They don't, with this type of offense, they don't do well when you're inside the 20 because it shortens the field.
Well, absolutely. I think anytime you get in the red zone, you know, that makes it difficult because they run a lot of patterns that are deep patterns. And when you have deep patterns run, you got to cut them off or make them shorter. And here they go. Neuendorf bringing them up. First and 10, I'm sorry. Plenty of time.
Chris Peterson got it. Or was that Rowe?
I think that's Rowe with the catch. And they're going to call that incomplete.
Oh.
Boy, I'll tell you
Man,
what.
I'd like to see that one on replay because it looked like he caught it.
That looked like a pretty good catch. Well, he threw that ball where it can only be caught by Rowe. And the official, though, give him credit, came right up and made the call right away.
It looked like he caught it from this distance, but that's why we're up here.
Second and 10.
Twins to the bottom side of your screen. Neuendorf.
Got him. There he is, and I knew he'd go back to him. Brian White with the catch. First and 10 Cougars. Clock will stop while the chains move.
2:49, 42-38. First and 10 at the 48.
Well, this is the drive of the season right now for the Cougars. You're either going to win or you're going to lose on this drive. There will be no other drive.
Neuendorf trips to the bottom side of your screen.
Looking deep to Rowe. Too much pressure.
Oh!
I'll tell you what, Neuendorf did a nice job of getting rid of that ball, just not to take the sack. Trying to get the ball to number 41.
Nate Peterson saw green first before he saw the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, Neuendorf did a nice job just to get that pass off. Otherwise, it's a 7-yard loss. Now they got a second down and 10, about the 48. Plenty of time, no time to panic.
You know, that's what they need to do something here because it'll be second and 10.
Columbian fans come to their feet.
You see Coach Maisie at the far side of your field for the Cougars. And again, now you're seeing the receivers, Rowe losing concentration.
I'll tell you what, that's right in his hands. It would have been for a minimal gain, but would have helped him anyway, either way. So now you got 2 yards to make 10 yards. Again, you don't have to get it all in one. You know, get 7, 8 maybe, and put yourself in a situation to pick up that fourth down. Of course, any situation is good for Mr. Neuendorf. Here we go, big play.
And that's exactly what they did. You know, got a small one, and now Mixon takes the pressure off a little bit.
Nice little pass to Rowe there. Well, for all intents and purposes, Dave, this plays the ball game right here. Fourth down, 3 to go, 43-yard line. Both sides come to their feet.
And this is for
all of the marbles right here. This is what high school football is all about. Here we go. Got a man open. That's going to be close. Depends where the spot is. I think he got it.
He got it.
Rowe with the catch. First down, Cougars. What a big play. No timeouts.
You know, this is what high school football is all about, and what good quarterbacking is all about.
Boy, what an amazing job by Mr. Neuendorf. And here we go again. There's not a person that's left this place.
Neuendorf back.
Got his man. That's going to be close to another first down. Sindelar with a catch. .124.
124 on the clock, 42-38. You are watching an exciting ball game between the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the Sylvania Southview Cougars. And you're seeing Neuendorf under calling play wide open. Going to the one.
Fumble! I think Sindelar got it.
Sindelar got it.
Sindelar fell on it. Oh my. That was almost disaster. And somebody's hurt. I think that's White. I'm not sure. Somebody's trying to get off. I believe that is White, but Sindelar just saved the season for the Cougars. Now they got a first and goal at the 2-yard line. 1 minute to go, and the clock runs. Now they want to take their time here. Here we go. Give us a call, Dave.
Going right in. Gonna be close. Didn't get it.
Nope. I don't see a signal. There it is. Touchdown, Cougars. Straub with a carry, touchdown Cougars, and they take the lead. So your philosophy is absolutely correct. We were talking a little bit earlier about going for the field goal or the touchdown, and they make the right move.
44-42, Cougars lead. 50 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. And I'll tell you what, this has been a ball game. No matter what happens, neither team has anything to be ashamed about.
Are you kidding me? They have electrified this whole stadium tonight, both sides. The extra point's very important here. Put them up by 3. And he got it.
Exciting ball game. Tiffin Columbian down now by 3. 50 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Boy.
So right here, John, you can look at the replay here of the pass.
Neuendorf here just coming up to the line. He's giving a signal to the receivers to let them know. He reads the coverage, and they want to make sure they're both on the same page. Here's the time, the key again, like we said all night. It's time to throw the football. Here's the pass. Caught, and I believe that is number 3. That was number 3. It was not White. It was Peterson. It's exactly right. And Sindelar doesn't go over and recover that. Columbian's got it. First down the other way, and the ball game's over. They can kneel down. Wow. Unbelievable.
Now again, for Columbian, this is still plenty of time because they've been real successful putting it up in the air.
And not only that, they just need a field goal to tie it, and they've got all 3 timeouts left. Now, do you go ahead and kick deep or you squib? I think I kick deep here.
I'd hard to script it. Get some time off the clock.
There's a good kick. Plenty of distance. Boy, a little adrenaline flowing there. Brooks bobbles the ball, and that's going to go in the end zone. So he will not get a chance to return that kick.
Not what he really wanted to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, it might not have been a bad idea as long as, well, I'll tell you what, number 24 for the Cougars, what a kick. I mean, Jason Robbins kicks the ball almost, he had to have some adrenaline because he hasn't kicked the ball that far all night. Well, they got about 70 yards to go here. 80 for a touchdown and about 70 for their kicker.
Now this is the time you see what your players are really made of.
Shotgun for the first time tonight. Pass, plenty of time, he's got it. Out of bounds and stops the clock.
Now what you're going to see the Cougars do, is you're going to see them go in there prevent. They're going to give up, they'd rather give up the short stuff and not get burnt deep.
Well, you got to keep the ball in front of you, no question. No question at all.
40 seconds left to go, 42-45 Cougar lead. And folks, this has been a ball game. It's been a Media One Sports presentation.
Well, that's the best game I've seen by far all year, no question, hands down. Of course, that's the way it's supposed to be when it comes playoff time. Now, Brent Wise has got to be very patient. Lions got to give him time. Still time to go over the middle. Pass caught.
And real quick, while we have time, let's recognize our crew one more time. On the camera, Tiffin's own Bob Burns, Blake Parkins, JJ Gentile, and Steve Grimes. Thanks a lot, guys. You're doing a wonderful job giving us great shots all night long. And our stats, Kyle, I'm too cool, Gilt, Thanks a lot, Kyle, for your patience and your statisticians. You did a great job.
Oh, he's been a great help this evening.
Bringing you the graphics tonight, Dave Newitt. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate your wonderful graphics and your quick hand, engineering and audio. And Mark Wagner. Thanks, Mark, for all the playbacks you've given us tonight. And the director and producer, who does a wonderful job this season and done a great job, is Tom Cupp. And there you have it.
The game's over. Sindelar, who else? There we get a clip, but that's not going to make any difference at all. Brent Wise gets intercepted. Sindelar, who recovered the fumble at the 1-yard line, comes up with a big play tonight, and the Cougars will advance next week. But I'll tell you what an effort by Columbian.
And in all intents and purposes, they will probably replace Sylvania next week.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what.
Sylvania beat Bowling Green tonight.
We got a legal block. But that's going to make no difference. Cougars are going to take a knee, and this one's going to be history. What a ball game.
Flipping on the orange team during the run back, 15 yards, first down.
And Dave, while we have a time here, it's been great working with you this evening. It's been an absolute blast.
Well, we have a lot more time because basketball season is coming up. So folks, watch us here at Media One as we bring you basketball from around the Tiffin area, Foster area.
And with this score, it almost felt like a basketball game tonight.
It sure did.
And that will just about do it. I don't think they have to run another one. But Columbian, they got to take time out. I think they will.
And you see Coach Mazie getting the dash of water. And as we saw before the game, he was just nervous as well as both coaches were. But you could tell that both coaches wanted it.
He was confident and nervous at the same time. Now the Columbian coach is out there talking a little bit about some of the time went off, but that's irrelevant at this point. I don't think you can complain too much about that. Oh, now they're gonna get flagged for it. And that's just frustration right there. Tiffin Columbian coach went out in the field and got unsportsmanlike conduct, gonna cost his kids 15 yards. And the reason that happens is he's just a little upset that they had this ball game in hand just a minute and a half ago, almost 2 minutes ago, and to get that penalty, that's going to add injury to insult here. What an effort by both ball clubs, though. Like you said, neither one of them have anything to be ashamed of.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the white team, 15 yards, first down.
Clarify that again. It wasn't on the players, it was on the coaches.
Right, exactly. And those 2 seconds or 3 seconds that went off really didn't make much of a difference at all. Because they're just going to take a knee and the game's over anyhow.
Again, it was a great game, and we will be back with the post-game report or the pre-game report. So the post-game after this messages.